There can be only one podcast, and may it be the Prince of the Universe. Hi, folks. I'm Matt.
I'm Bruce.
Hey. So we got some more stuff to talk about.
Okay, you have to fill me in on this. I just showed up here. I wasn't ready for anything.
Have you seen Black Sails before?
It's on my list.
Short review here. Not bad. Did not stick the ending. In fact, I think they horribly screwed up the ending. But that's okay. That's okay. I can forgive it. Has its ups and downs. Some characters lose their interest and kind of their storyline kind of meanders. Really, when the action comes, when the brutal scenes come, there's a scene with Blackbeard that's so brutal and so fun. There's raiders. It shows it from the people getting invaded by pirates' point of view. Then later on in the season, how the pirates feel raiding a ship. I thought it was really good, like movie quality at times. My brother was a big fan of it back in the day.
I heard it's kind of a Spartacus feel.
I don't believe
it was
so.
Stars. Maybe it was just people,
Stars.
I want to think it came replaced Spartacus after Spartacus finished.
I
recall.
I don't know if you know this, but it serves as a made-up prequel to popular story.
What?
Treasure Island.
Oh no.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not surprised, but
yes, and it's keen. I knew that going into it, and then when they kind of do the big reveal that it's really tied to, I enjoyed that. It had my mouth. I was like, oh, there it is. It was right in front of me. I didn't see it. But they use historical characters and mix them with the made up characters from Treasure Island. But because of that, all the historical characters die in different ways, or don't die, in different ways from the storyline. And it was kind of weird. Like, why would you? I get it, mixing real life history with pirate history with Treasure Island fantasy. I love that. I love that concept. But it won't hurt to stay true to the historical facts.
Yeah.
And keep, all those other Treasure Island characters in it. So, few interesting choices. Not bad. I'm happy I watched it. In fact, I can't remember, it's like season 3 was really good. I mean, some of that's just binge-worthy stuff. But some of it, you're like, okay, I can take a few days before I watch another episode. I don't have to watch the next one immediately. But whereas Spartacus, my goodness.
If you watch one, it's like potato chips. And you're in for the whole bag.
I mean, there were, and I remember I did a review on Spartacus. There were 7 episodes in season 1 that could have been season finales. 7 episodes.
Every time I go back and rewatch it, I'm just like, this happened in one episode? It felt so much bigger.
It felt, and the thing is, like 4 or 5 episodes in, when the new recruits come, and you feel like it's been a year.
Yeah.
You feel like you grew up with these.
The story
wait a minute.
Is so just rich.
Wait a minute. The new characters just came in 5 episodes ago. Wait, what? I thought this was like season. Wait, what? So much. But they don't waste a single minute in Spartacus. They waste a handful of minutes every episode in Black Sails. I feel they did. There is not 1 second wasted in Spartacus. Spartacus is, and even when I said, I remember season 2 and season 3 not being as good as the first one. I've changed my mind because the story says we're moving on, Matt. You want to see gladiators in the arena, but no. And then you think, I don't want to go back to the arena. I'm where I like where we are now. And the story is like Crixus. No, it's Crassus, the villain in the third one.
Yeah.
So good. And remember, we've been hating Glauber for 2 seasons. And when Glauber gets his when they kill someone off, they deliver. They deliver. They said, "You think we can't beat our previous death? Just challenge accepted." And Crassus is a new character. We shouldn't, be like, "Oh, here's a new bad, whatever." He's not like Glauber. Automatically, like, this guy means business. This is just automatically you're just bought into him. And the fight at the end with him and Crassus is so good. And I don't know how much you remember the end of Spartacus, but him being like he was about to kill Crassus, but then he gets shoved into the 2 spears, he's kind of leaning down. And what's he trying to get? His wife's cloth. It's blowing away in the wind. And you're like, I can't. Oh, you're so sad. It's so sad. It is. And by the way, as we've said before, Andy Whitfield. No one. No. In fact, folks, if you feel like crying, if you feel like being so sad, I mean, take you on your happiest day. You won the lottery, let's say. I dare you, after you win the lottery, to watch the documentary of Andy Whitfield and still be happy. It is. I think we did a podcast on this.
Yes, we did.
But I remember saying, I can't do this again. That is still the sad. It is like everything sad rolled up in a burrito of sadness and fed to you by a weeping nun.
They know he died, and yet they still gave you hope through the whole thing.
Oh, mercy. That phone call. What happened, folks, he documented his cancer treatment. And they videotaped, and I can't believe they showed this. But that last call, when the doctor goes, that's it, there's nothing else, and he's on speakerphone, and Andy Whitfield's hearing that this is it. I am I'm going to die. He's like, well, we're going to move on with that. I was like, I can't. Please turn off the camera. Please turn off the camera. And, of course, later on, they do shut it down.
Yeah, they do just have a long pause.
But if it was up to him, I think he would have gone all the way. But his family said, hey, I know Andy wants you to keep rolling, but let's
keep it private. His family.
Let's stop. This is it. But I was like, and the thing is, he's such a nice, positive dude. He's such a nice dude. And his eyes. I said this in my reviews, but when I rewatched it just recently, the acting in his eyes, like the desperation or the anger, when he gets better, but he finds out that Batiatas killed his wife. Batiatas, I see you're filming. Yes, Tori, I am myself again.
So many levels to that.
That's a season finale right there. But no, that's just episode 7. It's just like there are so many excellent scenes, excellent quotes in that one. That one is. And by the way, did you ever read the novels? The two little.
Oh yeah,
they're excellent.
They are.
They play just like an episode, and I love it. I love everything about Spartacus. But Black Sails is fine. I also, let me go into my watch history here because there's another one I just forgot. I told you I watched. I know you've seen it too, or I think you've seen it. We talked about Working Man. What was the other one? Daredevil. Oh, have you seen Novocaine?
Not yet. It's on my list.
Okay. Really interesting idea. It's fun.
Looks fun.
The best movie in the world, but it's definitely fun. It's definitely worth watching. Like I said, someone had fun writing this movie.
Yeah.
About a guy who doesn't feel pain. Yeah. He's kind of an impromptu action star, but you believe him because he's getting his butt whooped. But he can't feel it. So it's really, and there's some really good scenes too. So that's definitely worth seeing. Mickey 17.
How was that? Netflix thinks I need to see that.
Yeah,
because they're advertising it to me all the time.
It's too bad that Mark Ruffalo did not play his character straight. He plays him like the biggest doofus that no one should follow. The biggest doofus, and it just takes away from the entire film. Takes away because the thing is, the joke is, of course, there's this guy that they keep printing out. They keep cloning him. That's great, and that everyone else is playing straight is great. He should be the only comedic. Because, sometimes they print him out and they leave him on the printer and he falls off the bench, because they didn't catch him when he came out of the printer. Because they care less and less about, that he's just like a guy who could die over and over again. They get to where they don't care. And they're all having fun while he's dying. They're just trying things out and he always dies. He's kind of the lovable loser. That I can get way behind.
Yeah, that's good.
But then when you have another dummy trying to be funny or trying to be stupid and everyone's treating him like he's the best leader ever, and he acts like an idiot. He talks like an idiot. And I'm like, wait a minute. That kind of takes away from it. Everyone should be playing it straight. And he should be, the comedy should be how they don't even see him as a person anymore because he's died so many times. He's just flipped because they'll just print him out again. And I like that idea. So the general idea and purpose was good. But just because of Mark Ruffalo's performance, it really, and then a few other, because the high elites are so clueless. I guess they're comedic bits, but they take away. Everyone should be serious except for Mickey. So
did you see
missed opportunity.
Love Hurts? Because I want to see that one.
That's good. That's good. It's
That
fun.
looks good. That looks good.
That's a fun one. That was another one I was going to talk about because that's a fun one. It's a fun little action, of course, with what's his name, who I love. It's a huge shame they didn't put him in Indiana Jones. That's so stupid because he can do all the action. He'd have been a way better
We did not
legacy
know
character.
that until his comeback.
That's true, but they should have gone with it. I also saw The Monkey.
How was that?
It's a horror comedy.
Yes, I've heard it was really good.
It's fun. It's fun. I guess
Everybody that I've heard talk about it say it's like one of the best things ever.
it's fun. I wouldn't watch it again, but I got a big laugh at it because I had no idea it was going to be a comedy.
Yeah.
But I guess they saw the short story and went, you know what? We can't do this.
That is exactly from what
So,
I've heard they did.
That's exactly what
They've
they
been trying
did
to
then.
make this movie for a long time.
Ah,
And
okay.
the director is like, we're just going to have to go this way, and I've got an idea.
Yeah, they went. They said the premise of it is kind of silly when it boils down to it. Maybe it was a nice short story, but it just doesn't translate to film that well. Unless they say, hey, you know what? We should do this as a comedy, which I think was an excellent idea. Excellent idea. It was a good choice. I'm sure it stayed true in a way because there were some scary moments in it, but it stayed true to its, I'm sure its short story roots, but then added comedy where they felt they could, and it was a good play. It was a good move. Another one I saw, Last Breath, about the divers, the deep sea diver. It's based on a true story.
Not seen it.
Yeah, based on a deep sea diver who didn't have air for like 20 minutes or something. Usually you're brain dead by the end, but came back with no brain damage.
If it's super cold, I hear that's in the world of possibility.
The scientists have been trying to explain it because he was so down. The air, the pressure, something preserved him that kept him around, but with zero brain damage, and he's still around today. But the thing is, though, it says based off a true story. Yeah, because you didn't deviate from that true story. It has no tenseness. It has no dramatic lines. It has no dramatic scenes. It's just the story as is. It's like they said, don't deviate from it. Don't give me a love story. Don't give me a friendship story. Don't give me anything else. Just give me the plan. Don't give me heavy action or drama. Just they go down. That storm comes. They have to leave him. They go back and get him, and he comes back to life, and that's the end. I said, well, okay.
That was a movie.
There's a movie. Now, two other movies that I saw that I really enjoyed. King's Tide.
Not ringing a bell.
Okay. We're seeing a island off the mainland, maybe Maine, or it looks like a northwest. All right. Or maybe it's Ireland. I don't know. But they're off the mainland. They're just this little society that lives on an island. They do a lot of fishing, how they make their business. And they come across a little baby that washes up on shore. They save the baby. And while saving the baby, the sheriff or whatever cuts himself on the boat. And so he's bleeding. But because he's holding the baby, he gets healed. And then they flash forward 10 years later.
I have heard of this.
So now this child can heal everyone if they use someone has a hangover, and he just talks to her until his hangover goes away. So everyone visits her, everyone gives her gifts, and they just talk and they thank her. And something happens one day, and her powers don't work anymore. So how does the island deal with this sudden change? And it's unbelievably good. Unbelievably good.
That's what I've heard.
How did I never hear about this movie? And then just suddenly,
heard about it a few weeks ago.
I have never heard about it
New
before.
to streaming, I guess.
Yeah, but it was 2019 too.
Really?
Yes, it's that old.
Now, I'm just now hearing about.
I'm just now hearing about it too.
People talk about it just in the last couple of weeks.
I guess it's just catching on, but it is unbelievable. Like when I say the ending is good, you think, oh, what just happened? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Whoa. What? I mean, just in 1 minute, I think because it just kind of keeps, it starts peeling back the story, and it's unbelievably good.
That's King's Tide?
The King's Tide.
Okay.
Excellent. Another excellent one. Did you see Companion?
It's on my list.
boy, howdy, what a shocker. I had zero expectations for this film.
I saw the trailer and I was just like, eh.
Yeah, I did too. I said, meh, okay. Watched it. So good. I could not believe how good it was. I watched this with my nephew and his friends, and we were like, wait a minute. Did we just see a smart, fun, good movie? And we did.
And that's the one that's got
Jack Quaid.
Yeah, Novocaine.
Who is in everything now. Yeah, everything now. But it was unbelievably good. Oh, I know the other thing I was going to ask you about. Last season of Invincible. We're going to talk about that too.
Oh, yeah.
It came out.
Yeah.
My nephews are just now watching Invincible and quoting everything, and they love the violence. And by the way, animation is still there. The story is just as solid as ever. I don't think they lost a step here. I keep waiting for them to kind of...
It was kind of weird because the first episode or two, the animation was lacking. There was something...
Oh, you thought so?
I thought it stood out.
Really?
Bad. And
I didn't catch that.
I was thinking it, and then I finished it, and then my kids started talking about it. I was like, yeah, they went cheap this season. But, I don't know, maybe they're just saving up for the last episode.
Oh, my goodness. Wasn't that great?
Well, I knew it was going to be great because I read the comic book.
Well, yeah. So they're really following the comic.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Because
And I like the meta story with Conquest and who voiced him.
Right. Is this season 3?
Season 3.
Okay. And it's still solid.
Oh, yeah.
Now, here's the reason I'm surprised. Because there's a lot of shows out there that start off really good.
Because they're sticking with the source material.
Yeah. And then they fall apart. And they're sticking
There's
to the
still
source
great
material.
things coming.
Which is great. How many seasons did they
I want to think they said 7.
Okay, I'm fine. As long as the quality's still there, and I think the quality is excellent.
Yeah.
I think I didn't notice the animation like you did, but I was just enamored. I just loved the story. I was just so happy. It's just as tight a story because they don't waste any time. They use the characters. They deliver the dialogue. I love the little after the mid-credit scene.
Yeah. But you don't know if it's going to be a scene or half the episode.
Yeah, another, like, one of them went on for another, like, 5 minutes.
It was like that first one with Nolan and Alan in the prison. That was like half the episode, but it was like...
Oh, really? Was it? Oh, okay. I've just forgotten. But I did love...
part of me was just like, man, that's early. Nope.
But I do think Invincible was really good. And now I remember the other one, too. The other Marvel thing I'm sure you've seen. I've talked about it. You haven't. Brave New World.
Oh, yeah. I've seen Brave New World.
So go for it. I hate we talked about all the good stuff and now we have to talk about Brave New World. But so
it was a sequel to a Hulk movie that needed a sequel. It was Harrison Ford. He can still act. I still like Harrison Ford.
Here's the deal. Harrison Ford, Senator Ross, best thing about the movie.
Yes.
I mean, the only best thing about the movie. He was good.
And
the thing is,
I've seen him throw out some bad performances the last few years. I was actually
I think he mailed in he's mailed in several performances.
It really was nice to see him work.
Oh, he was on his A game. And the thing is, the whole movie was a disaster because you're going to tie it into the Eternals? Really?
Well, they have to.
No, they don't. It's been ignored for so long. And then you want to tie it into the Hulk? So Betsy Ross is still around pining for, wow, what a jerk the Hulk is going after, Black Widow and ignoring Betsy this whole time. I thought that was a terrible move. I mean, usually I'd applaud them tying all this stuff together.
But all that.
I thought that movie was horrible.
All your complaints that you just gave her, I thought were positives.
I thought it was horrible.
Those were not, but the things you just said were not negatives.
And when did War Machine become Falcon? I'm kidding. No. Harrison Ford was the only good, and he was a great performance. Yeah. I'm glad he didn't mail it in.
It was, not Marvel's best.
It was pretty bad.
It wasn't their worst, but it wasn't their best.
It wasn't their worst. Definitely wasn't their best.
But it's definitely on the lower side.
Oh, boy.
But,
oh, boy. There's nothing they could do to save that film.
Yeah,
it was just. I know, and the thing is,
it was filler.
I like Red Hulk. I want to see Red Hulk, but I don't want to see him like that.
It was really. I think it was. They felt like they needed to set up the whole Sentinel adamantium thing.
They did.
It was only just for pushing the plot of that, which we will get more of over the next couple years. Have you heard about the casting for Avengers Doomsday?
No.
I mean, we're getting the X-Men back.
Oh yeah. No. I did hear that. The original
So
X-Men.
apparently we're doing another Deadpool type thing.
I mean-
I thought Deadpool was the goodbye, but no.
I mean,
it's not.
okay. But well, they didn't announce Wolverine, did they?
I did not hear Wolverine.
Okay. Other thing I wanted to talk about. We're just trying to what? How did you think about Cobra Kai?
I haven't finished it.
Oh dang it. What about? Hold on. What was the other one? Dexter Original Sin. Did you finish that one?
I watched the first episode.
Bruce.
It wasn't that great.
Okay.
And my wife got bored.
I know your wife doesn't like it, but I thought you would.
Well, it's hard for me to watch something that.
What have you been watching since you haven't finished anything? It
I
feels
watched, Jurassic Park Camp Cretaceous.
like. Oh, please.
The animated series on
talk about
Netflix.
that. I can't talk about that. That's so terrible.
Watched some One Piece.
What is One Piece?
You don't care.
Okay.
I don't care. And really, all you have to do is watch like one 5-episode arc, and all they do is repeat that for 1,000 episodes.
Geez. No, thank you.
A literal 1,000 episodes.
No, thank you.
The thing is, I watched the first arc, and I was like, that was fun. But, kids, a lot of episodes, I'm not going to be able to sit here and watch this with y'all. Y'all go ahead. Every time I walk in the room, I feel like I just walked out. This is the same scene. It's just different characters.
Oh, I hate that. Okay. Did you see the movie The Gorge?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. We can talk about that.
We found one.
We found one we can talk about. I had a list of things. I just had to remember. Okay, so The Gorge, excellent idea.
Yes.
And you know when it went wrong for me?
When?
When he fell down and they went down, they had to go
When he
down
went
and
into
battle
the
all the
gorge?
monsters and the thing.
Yeah, I wanted more time about. I was really enjoying.
I was really enjoying the mystery of it.
I watched it with Annabelle. She loved it.
I didn't need the gorge explained. To them to unravel
The
the mystery.
explanation was a little flat.
Well, it felt like a video game story,
It felt better if it would have been left a mystery that.
Yeah,
Was it a gate to hell or just something weird?
We just don't know what it is, and we don't know. It's just about two people finding love across this gorge.
People don't like mysteries.
No, we got to solve everything. We got to put an explanation to it. It was so heavy-handed. The foreshadowing, you knew immediately what was going on by the time you saw the ragged cloths of them. I said, "Oh, that's the lost Calvary that went down." Yeah, got it. Knew the rest of the story from
Why
then.
tell that story at the beginning?
But
if you're not gonna...
I did like when he's ziplining back and it trips and he goes down there and she's like, "Oh no!" And I was like, "That's great. She's gonna follow him." Because I didn't know. We didn't know what was gonna happen. I really didn't know what was gonna happen. But I was like, I remember saying like midway through, I said, "If this is all it is, and they never explain the gorge, I'm happy." That's why I told everyone while we were watching this. I'm actually happy. I know what the other one was. Nosferatu. Did you see the new?
I did.
Boy, how does a movie feel like 15 hours?
And be so great.
And,
I loved it. Loved it. It was
There's
a piece
some-
of art.
There's some good stuff in it to be said, but I don't know how and I don't know where. But it felt like it was a 3.5-hour film. And I just didn't know because it just seemed to stretch out forever. And I did like a lot of the scenes. I did like a lot of the acting.
It is on my rewatch soon list.
Oh, no, you've got to be kidding.
No, I loved it.
No, it's for some reason.
I thought it was wonderful.
It's got a short runtime, but it did feel like it would never end. Wow, your rewatch. Okay, so another one I wanted to ask you about. I don't know what got me into it, but I decided to watch the original Time Machine.
It's been a little while, but I've watched it in the last couple decades.
I had forgotten about the Guy Ritchie.
I don't remember if I've ever seen that.
Back in 2002 or something.
I don't know if I ever saw that.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, Guy Ritchie, remember they redid it?
Yeah.
That was one of the movies that came out and left, and I never thought about it again. Well, then after watching the original and love it, the original is so wonderful. It's so wonderful. Older movie, it's so wonderful. I said, wait a minute. They had that redo. And I said, I think Guy Ritchie. And sure enough, there it was like, from 2002 or 2001. Okay. Good. Slightly different story in a way, but really good.
Okay.
And I was really surprised that this is something that I'd totally forgotten about. It's like John Carter of Mars, even though that slips between the cracks. And by the way, if anyone hasn't seen John Carter of Mars,
you're see it now.
You're missing it. It's excellent. It's excellent. It bombed because Disney doesn't know how to market anything.
No, because Disney bought Star Wars and well, this was going to be our Star Wars, but we don't need it now.
It's too bad because
throw it to the side.
Boy, it was excellent. It was beyond way better
Imagine
than I
what
thought it
could
would
have
be.
been if
Yeah.
they would have focused on that instead of ruining Star Wars.
Yeah. Honestly, John Carter of Mars does not get the credit it deserves. But the Time Machine, another one that I felt like it was a John Carter of Mars. I went, this was, and I'd just seen the original, and usually I'm a stickler. I'm like, meh, I don't like when, but they didn't change it too much. But they updated and changed the storyline enough to where I was like, you know what? I actually, and of course it's basically the same thing. He travels to the front, travels out to the past, and then goes back to the future. It's basically the same thing as the original one. Not much has to happen, but for what it was worth, it's
I
like
read
this
the book. It's been a while too. Have you read the book?
I read it a long time ago, like when I was a kid and we saw the movie, and I probably read the young adult version too. I don't know if I read the actual H.G. Will. Oh no, I did, because it's always
is, like the time
I
machine
did read
stays
it.
stationary and just moves up and down in time. Right?
Yeah, it moves. It stays in the same spot, and it does the same for this one too, for the new one too. But the new one is actually really good. So I wanted to tell you, I just didn't know if you'd seen it, because there's a lot of those. You know, I remember seeing The Count of Monte Cristo. You know, there's these early 2000 movies.
Some good ones
that have come and gone, like the Zorro movies. I remember enjoying those.
The
back
second
in
one
the
was
day.
terrible, but the first one.
Oh,
was
see,
good.
I don't remember. See, I just remember enjoying it. And the thing is, though, how many of those, one and done action movies have I forgotten about over the years? Like, I remember enjoying Count of Monte Cristo, but I don't know if I'll watch it again. But all those, A Man in the Iron Mask, stuff like that, stuff that we enjoy when we saw once in theaters. And will I watch it again? Another one I don't think gets the love it deserves because it bombed in theaters, The Postman. I've always enjoyed Kevin Costner's The Postman.
Never saw that one.
Waterworld is Waterworld, but The Postman is fun. That's a fun movie. I mean, it is weird. Why is there a postman in the post-apocalyptic world? They'll tell you.
Because it's post-apocalyptic. Postman.
He was all about those post-apocalyptic. Because isn't that and Waterworld come at the same time? It's like, dude, get another stick. I don't know about that. But no, I enjoyed both the Time Machine, but it did get me thinking, what lost movies from the 2000s have I not seen, that I need to go back? And I guess maybe it came up in a search when I was looking at Time Machine, and that's when I found it, but I was like, oh yeah, this one. Did you see, and I only watched this because my wife is a big Legally Blonde fan. What's that girl's name?
Reese
Witherspoon. You are cordially invited. Reese Witherspoon, Will Ferrell.
No.
Fun. Will Ferrell's gotten to be where he's not. It's weird. He's not funny anymore. He's just doing the same bit over and over again.
Yeah, it's not funny because we've seen it a thousand times.
And we've seen this character too, but it wasn't bad. Like, I watch it because that's one that my wife really, because she loves Reese Witherspoon. But I told her, said, you know what? This is one that Will Ferrell's just, doing his own thing on. He's not that bad. It's like, that's the other thing. Old Jack Black movies. I'd kind of want to see Nacho Libre again. Those old ones. But
Minecraft. Have you seen Minecraft?
No, please tell me you threw popcorn when they said chicken jockey.
I didn't understand, but did
they throw popcorn?
No, we went opening day, so I guess it was before people were doing that. But it was dumb but fun.
Dumb but fun. Well, I now your kids are into Minecraft,
yes.
Right?
I took the kids.
I have no
The
interest.
younger they were, the more they liked it. I'll put it that way.
Okay. I have no idea. My nephew went. They did throw popcorn. Of course, now the movie theater's getting all mad because they're making tons of money. Kids throwing popcorn. The thing is, I've seen people dump popcorn. I've seen kids be jerks. And I get it. It's a lot of cleanup. I get it. But people are like...
But they're coming to do it.
They're coming to do it. But it is... But, I don't want to be someone's daycare. I can see both sides of this. Like, I would hate that. I would hate kids act like idiots. Stop acting like idiots. Just because it was fun. Okay, then you come here and clean it up. Sure. You know what I'm saying? I can definitely see it from the movie theater's perspective. I mean, it is nice that a movie's finally making money. I don't want to say. It's funny how it's not for the. I haven't heard a single older person say this is actually pretty good. No, it's mindless, goopy-de goop.
It is mindless fun. I was able to sit through it without being miserable.
But even Super Mario Brothers was great.
Yeah,
that was a great movie. It wasn't just for kids.
But the thing is, Minecraft, there is no story.
That's true.
They had to, it was done by the guy that made Napoleon Dynamite, and it is a spiritual sequel. It was that kind of dumb,
Really?
Yes.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know.
I mean, basically, Jason Momoa was basically a grown-up Napoleon in this movie.
Okay. It's too bad. Could put Josh Heder in there.
Could.
John Heder. Yeah. But anyway, all right. There you go. There's our update. Thanks for coming in. Guys, let us know what you thought about anything. We talked about a bunch of random stuff there. So don't let us know anything. We'll see you next time on Princes of the Universe.